Okay. Good morning, Gonzo. How are you this morning down in Del Rio, Texas? Beautiful
Well,
Del Rio, Texas.
I'm doing fantastic. I'm getting my walk by these beautiful creeks and streams. You know, it's a beautiful town. Let me tell everybody a little bit about myself. I'm 50 years old, born and raised in McAllen. I'm a senior project manager with one of the biggest roofing companies in all of Texas, and I service the whole South West Texas sector, which
Wow,
is huge.
wow.
It's a big sector.
Listen, Gonzo, let's just get right into this. I want to know some things. You and I met 5 years ago, and I want to know your story. I want to know how much pounds you got up to, how much you're at now, and how much you lost, and where we connected in your life. How is it that we had just a small part to play with the 35 Days to Good Health program? Just share it with us.
Absolutely. Well, the numbers are staggering. They're huge. Um, I was at about 432 pounds at my worst.
What?
That is a number that I'm actually proud to throw out now, and that's not a number that I used to like to tell people. And as you can see, that is a face shot, probably half the face I got now. I've lost to date 211 pounds, and I'm weighing in at right now 221.
Oh
Um,
my goodness.
so I went from wearing tight fitting size 4X shirts, and my waist was almost to a size 60 in pants.
Oh,
So this is an extra large shirt that I'm wearing, and as you can see, it fits me really loose. I'm a 36-inch waist now,
mm,
which is like a huge number. I mean,
mm.
that's a lot. I sliced off a whole other guy, you know,
Wow, wow.
a
And,
whole
and
other
and tell
person.
us, how did you do it? Where did we part? And how did we kind of get you on that road?
All right. So we met 5 years ago, just like you had mentioned, and you were doing one of your health seminars, and that health seminar was put on at my church, at the All Nations Church in McAllen. And I remember a lot of people showed up, not just people from the church, but people from the neighborhoods. You all put a campaign out there. And I
Yeah,
remember,
we passed out these flyers, and we went door to door, and we signed up people. It was amazing.
yes, it was. And I started losing weight at that moment, started going through it, and we were keeping tabs. And I remember you'd show up with your scale, and you brought a trainer in, and you were showing us all this stuff. But what I can remember the most was the message you had. It was about the clean air. It was about the water. It was about the good foods, predominantly plant-based. It was about getting a 30-minute walk minimum daily, getting sunlight, which I'm doing every single morning. And that right there planted the seed. Unfortunately, I did what most people do. I dropped out and I quit. I went through the whole program, and then you all set me up with a gym. You all gave us, like they say nowadays, the hookup to go and work out at a gym for free. And that's where I wasn't mentally tough enough to follow through. It wasn't like a hard workout or anything. Don't get me wrong, folks. But I just wasn't prepared to follow through. So about a year and a half went by. And at that point, I got a sciatic nerve that's killing me. I can't walk. So I think I mentioned I'm a senior project manager. 432 pounds, and
Mm,
roofs do not mix.
mm.
You get these weird looks from the homeowner. Like, are you
They're
actually
thinking,
gonna
they're
get?
thinking, if you get up on that roof, you may come through.
Yeah. And so, you know, little bit of ridicule from, hey, your fellow company co-workers rib you a little bit, like, can that ladder really withstand you? And, at that point, you're pushing a ladder past its limits. Most ladders are about 330 pounds. 432 pounds sounds like I'm already way in excess.
Wow.
I had no balance. I didn't want to commit. I would always get up to the roof, and I would get to the point where I didn't want to get on it. I would take some pictures and fly down it really quick. So I started back with everything you showed me from my notes. I had my workbooks and everything. And I said, I'm starting from scratch. All the weight I had lost, I actually regained it and more. So I said, you know what? This is not going to work anymore. I'm fed up. I'm fed up of this guy. I'm fed up of the reflection. So the first month I lost 32 pounds. And that was like phenomenal. That's almost that's over a pound a day. And I wasn't starving or nothing. The first 90 days I lost 77 pounds.
Wow.
So
and
I'm
what
starting
were you and what were you eating?
Well, I was eating a combination. My lifestyle has dramatically changed, but at that point, I was still eating some of the better meats, the cleaner stuff, which I really don't partake too much in anymore. I'm a flexitarian now, by choice, so I'm predominantly plant-based. And there's certain things, but we're not going to get into that because that's just a whole other story. But I was eating a lot of plant-based stuff and the very clean meats, the chickens and the turkeys and things like that. So, but I definitely got rid of soda pop and these Gatorades and all these things that, you taught me had all these fake colors and sugars and stuff that the body doesn't know how to process. So I was very bloated. Well, 10 months go by and I'm at 100 pounds down in 10 months.
Wow.
And then 12 months go by, and it's like I think you heard this from me before. The stars and everything aligned, and I lost 120 pounds the first 12 months. And those are my old shorts, which I used to, really, I used to love those shorts because they're actually reversible. So they're gray on the inside and orange on the outside. But as you can see, and I've actually lost a little more since then. So I'm wearing a similar shirt, and I actually have another pair of shorts underneath there. So they're big enough to cover a convertible car if I cut them in half. So they're, sometimes the things that we're most embarrassed about, I guess, are things that we look back and say, wow, that is a wake-up call. That is, something that I'm never going to let go of because I never want to go back to that.
Okay, so you're telling me you were able to take control of your health yourself with the principles that we taught you in that program. You were able to do all of that, and now look at your life. I mean, this is really stunning because as we were talking before the program started, today people are now susceptible not just for poor lifestyle, not just for all of those things you were describing about their difficulties in their life. But you take this diabetes, high blood pressure, overweight, you take all of these chronic health conditions that, by the way, as we teach, these are almost like self-inflicted wounds for the most part. And today, they now place people in a situation in which if they get that pandemic, the likelihood of them coming out of that hospital is now very, very small. So the impact of these simple chronic conditions and like overweight, it's big. It's big now. And you're telling me that you were able to defend your immune system on your own because you took up these things, that these principles that we taught. That's unbelievable.
Absolutely. And, you know, I think thousands of years ago, or maybe few hundred years ago, somebody wrote that food is actually medicine. And I never got that. You know, even, you know, there's a restaurant in Laredo that has that written on the wall. And they're a vegan, vegetarian, predominantly, you know, they don't serve, you know, most foods like you would find, but they have all the great dishes. You know, they got the enchiladas and they got the tacos and the burgers. And that's what I didn't want to give up burgers. I'm a burger kind of guy. I like my pizza. I want pizza. You know, we've had lunch together. You see how I eat?
Yes.
I eat a lot. I still eat a lot. And I still consume a lot of calories.
Yes.
But the body can recognize now what I put in. So it's a temple concept. This is a temple. You trash the temple, and then you just can't move along in life. Spiritually, financially, emotionally, marriage, everything relationship-wise starts to deteriorate because it clouds the mind. This is not my theory. This is actual philosophies that doctors, trainers, and nutritionists are showing people.
Okay,
It's been
Gonzo.
around. It's been around for
Gonzo,
thousands of years.
we have to have a follow-up interview, but here I want to ask you this question. Are you enjoying your life now? And do you do some things now that are just, even to you, you look at it like, I can't believe I'm doing this now?
Sure. And let me tell you, I'm just going to go about the things that I don't have anymore. I don't have a sleeping disorder no more. I don't have sugar level issues no more. I don't have blood pressure issues no more. I don't have anxious or depressed feelings anymore. I don't have a sciatic nerve anymore. I don't have this gasping. I can't wake up. I can't sleep in the middle of the night anymore feeling because I can't properly breathe. I don't have stomach issues anymore. I have not been sick in the past almost going on 4 years that I have not. Do I get a little scratchy throat? Yeah, but it doesn't turn into full-blown anything. So
and what about your I see all your postings and everything. You're all over the world climbing mountains and rocks and doing all kind of crazy stuff. What about that?
Absolutely. So, you know, I had been looking at a couple of friends and admiring that they, you know, I would take trips too. And I love, you know, some of the national parks. And, you know, I'm an avid motorcycle rider. And, but there's nothing worse than getting to a destination and then just wanting to eat at a buffet and go to sleep. That is not enjoying a trip.
So how far are you walking now or hiking, and what are you doing on a regular basis? How far are you going?
I do a minimum of 5 kilometers or 3 miles. I've done a maximum at Canyonlands National Park in Utah of 16 miles backpacking.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, Gonzo. Look, we're going to have to do another interview, but I want you to, you're going to speak to people now, and you're going to let them know, if you're willing to help them, just go ahead and share, but give them one last good piece of advice as we wrap up now.
All right. Like they say, I'm going to give you all some nuggets. First of all, if y'all decide to change The change comes from within. Don't look at anybody else. Don't worry about anybody else. Don't look at anybody else's results. Concentrate and get a game plan. You gotta get it on paper, and you gotta finish the dream before it's even started. Like Jim Rohn says, or used to say when he was alive, when is the house built? After it's finished. You start on a dream and you have a vision and you put it on paper and you make sure that everything that you're going to get, you're able to actually have it like already documented. So you have a game plan that has a game plan that has a game plan. It all falls into place.
Okay, and tell me one thing. How can the 35-day program help the individual that has that chronic condition and needs to change?
Absolutely. Well, the first thing is starting. You gotta start. You're going to have to change them old ways. Stop dieting. Stop doing these fads. Unless it's like a utter emergency, don't go and get some kind of an operation or a procedure, because I have seen so many people, including family members, that have had something done to them so they could radically lose weight, and they're losing muscle. They look sick. They never smile. They got no energy. They've lost all this weight, and they still are probably weaker now than they were before. So I'm going to put this out for everybody. I'm actually going to invite everybody to my social media platforms. I'm on Facebook under Gonzalo Peña III, aka Gonzo, and you're welcome to send me a request, or you can just follow me if you feel a little bit better like that. Also, I'm on Instagram. I'm under Gonzo P, the number 3, and the word fit. And that just blows my mind that I'm actually able to attach the word fit to a guy that used to weigh 432 pounds. So I've actually been able to help out hundreds of people in the past 4 years almost, but only because they wanted to see change. You go to people that you see change in, because that is inspiration. You talk to a nutritionist about nutrition. You talk to a trainer about training you. You talk to a banker about banking, a financial guy about finances, you know? So don't talk to people that have no clue, that, you know, are, you know, working on, I don't know, not even a song and a prayer, so to speak, because they want to reinvent how it's done.
Well,
My
Gonzo,
phone
I
number
can.
is 956
Okay, go ahead. Give that again. I don't want to interrupt that. Give that number again.
It's 956-313-9432. You're welcome to follow me on social media, text me, call me. If I don't answer, leave a message or leave a text, and I will promptly get back to you. I'm here to help coach and motivate people, because I want them to live the lifestyle that we're designed to live.
That's awesome. That is so amazing, Gonzo. And you know, I know a lot of our viewers are going to want to look just like you, right there with those beautiful shoes on. Those are some beautiful Texas boots, you know. I think everybody wants to get there. And so we want to just thank you for just sharing your beautiful story with us. We are without question going to do another interview, and we're going to follow up. And look who's coming here. This is Gonzo. Gonzo is.
Hi there.
Angela.
That's not Gonzo.
That's Gonzo.
Yeah.
You have to change your name. That's a different person.
Yeah, it's I lost that other guy. There was 2
You lost
Gonzos.
the other person. You lost.
Yes.
Well, Gonzo, we're gonna call it.
Great.
We're gonna call it quits today. I'm so glad Angela was able to come in and see how you're looking there, buddy. We thank you so much, and God bless you. And we're going to hook up again. Okay, my friend?
Thank you so much. Amen to that.
Okay, buddy. Okay, we're going to talk some more, and have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.